Saint Maud is a British psychological horror film that is out in theaters now, released by A24, and Saint Maud follows a hospice nurse named Maud who cares for her dying patient, but sinister forces try to bring her and her patient down, and she has to figure out what these sinister forces are. So let's just say Saint Maud, yeah, that movie's gonna fuck me up, just like Hereditary and Midsommar did. This movie, from the opening moments, tells you exactly what you need to know. That you're going to feel cold, you're going to feel uncomfortable, you are going to feel disturbed. Every sequence in this movie is full of nerve-jangling tension. You feel that there's this dark, malevolent presence lurking behind every shadow, behind every corner, and you try to pinpoint exactly what it could be. This movie barely has any exposition, so you're left up to your own devices to try and guess what exactly is going on with the character of Maud and what is going on with these possible malevolent forces. It also plays with your mind. It tries to psychologically break you into thinking that the character is going crazy and maybe you're going crazy, which is something I really thought was a strength for this movie. Like, what if this character was going crazy? What if she actually was just dreaming this whole thing, or just thinking that this was all real and it was all in her head? What if you actually thought that this was all in your head? That idea is realized fully to its full potential in this movie. You have some questions about what exactly is happening. You're not sure if you're going to get answers to what's happening. The visual aesthetic of this movie feels very old-fashioned. Its lighting is, I don't want to say very dim or very minimal, but it has a sense of what exactly needs to be lit in a scene. There's this orangey aesthetic to this movie that makes it feel a bit old-fashioned, like a movie that came out in the 1960s or the 1970s. And I think that added a bit of the mysticism and just the scare factor to this movie. I could see a lot of people not liking this movie. I could see a lot of people saying that this movie is quite boring. The first half of this movie is a slow burn. The second half is more just those what the fuck type of moments. But the first half is a bit slow moving, but it has all of the tension and suspense there. That's what a good slow burn horror movie should be able to do, is maintain the momentum of tension throughout its entire runtime. And luckily, this isn't a very long horror movie. It's only 84 minutes. It's not like you're sitting there for a pretentious 2 hours and 30 minutes like Suspiria was. No, it's a tight 84 minutes that's a slow burn, but like I said, every sequence has meaning to it. Every sequence has tension built into it. Every sequence has suspense. And it's only when you get to that second half of the movie that it feels earned. You gotta be patient with movies like this. You're gonna get those scares, you're gonna get those psychological beats that you've been looking for in a psychological horror movie, mostly in the second half of the movie. It's something you gotta be patient to. This is a movie you gotta pay attention to the dialogue. You gotta pay specific attention to the detail. You can't wander off. And I love horror movies that make you think, that make you question reality, that make you question your faith. This movie has a lot to say about your own faith. This movie presents some questions for you to think of about Catholicism and worship, which I really didn't expect. If I have any issues with Saint Maud, there's one. Just one. There's a sudden character shift right at the second half of the movie that lasts for about a scene or two, where our main character becomes this party girl and does all these things that you would do at a party or a bar. It's for one or two scenes, and I just felt it was a bit odd. It felt a bit out of place. I get why it's in there, but for me, it just didn't work. This is like a Hereditary or a Midsommar. It will fuck you up. It'll make you feel uncomfortable, cold, disturbed, frightened, make you question everything about faith, make you question whether or not you're going crazy, make you question whether or not the characters themselves are going crazy. I'm gonna say you will really enjoy Saint Maud if you can get past that slow burn of the first half with that whole bucket of buttery popcorn. Yes! Movies, they're back. Movies are back in full swing. This is what I'm talking about. Guys, thank you so much for watching my review of Saint Maud. I'll have more reviews coming very soon. You guys are the best. I will leave the link to my website in the description below. Tell me what you thought of Saint Maud in the comment section below. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.